Hey, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? We're so happy you're here. This is the last Tuesday of November. So much great stuff is happening. Tonight, we have two amazing, incredibly talented women. Incredibly talented women. Our first guest is Mia Vassilev, and our second guest is Eden Casteel. So get ready because there's a lot of talent in the show. Leo, hit that promo.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am.
It's Thanksgiving week, and I love Thanksgiving. Now, so welcome everybody, wherever you're watching from. If you're watching from another country, maybe you don't uh, celebrate Thanksgiving, but it's a nice time to gather with friends and family, and that's really what it's about. So, if you're gathering with friends and family anytime this week, wherever you're watching or listening from, we send you great vibes, and we're happy to have you. And have entered our holiday season officially, which I love. This is my favorite time of year. I love the fall. I love the cold. I grew up in Massachusetts, so this is my weather. And today I was food shopping, and I even like that. I even like the insanity of this week. I love that insanity. I can't help it. I get excited. I hug people I've never met in my life. Today I hugged two people at BJ's. I mean, that's just the way it is. I feel so happy, you know. So it's a nice time of year. Sister Leo has joined us. Sister Gimpy Rodriguez. Leo Rodriguez, our accidental everything. I started calling him our accidental assistant, our accidental stage manager. Accident. Now he's really accidental everything. He just does the man behind the curtain. So
It was
Leo.
an accident.
It was an accident. So Leo is off camera tonight. We continue to send Leo very good vibes. Leo hurt his back, and hopefully it's on the mend. Leo, we love you very much. So it breaks my heart that you don't.
I
That
love
you,
all you guys. I'm just
yeah.
in dim lighting, but believe me, I look really good in the dim lighting. Wink,
Oh,
wink.
all right, good to know. Now, little birdie told me it's your birthday next week.
Woohoo! And a little birdie told me that we're going to have some special guests next week to celebrate my birthday
Yes,
too.
next week
So
is a
excited!
big deal. Next week is a big deal. Every week is a big deal. Every week is a
Yeah.
big deal. I mean, every guest we have is amazing and fun and unique.
Hey,
So,
let's put it this way: I would rather call in sick to work because of my injury, but calling in sick to here, heck
yeah.
no.
Okay, honey. Well, Christopher DePuro is in the wings at any time if we need him. He said so. But you're
Oh,
my
I
guy.
love that
So
guy. He's awesome, brother.
he is awesome. So now Leo told me yesterday. He texted me. He said, "Oh my God, the calendars are on their way, ladies and gentlemen. Our 2026 Nothing But the Apron calendars have arrived. Oh my, you cannot believe this calendar. So every year since 2022, Leo, I think, or
Yep.
2020, yeah, we have had a
Yep.
Nothing But the Apron calendar. So what is this? What it is I get a bunch of my friends, and lots of times they come to me and say, I want to be in your calendar. They volunteer to wear nothing but the apron. Of course, we have aprons and cups and all that. So this is from last year. Well, not last year, from this
No,
year,
this is this year.
2025. Justice LeBrave. I saw him last night. If you look up Justice LeBrave, Justice LeBoy, he is an incredible songwriter and singer. And his voice, he's a baritone. He's like a serious, gorgeous, rich baritone. And what he writes is dance music. So if you do yourself a favor and go to Spotify or any of the platforms and type in Justice LeBrave, and he will pop up. He writes such joyful, fun dance music. It's perfect for the gym. It's perfect for And kids too. Like there's a song that he wrote called Joy that is so happy. It's so happy. And it's just a great, like, something to put on when you clean your house or anything like that, or just working out or kids running around. So Justice is our Mr. November 2025. There he is. He's getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner. Obviously, he's making something. And look, he has nothing on but the apron. So these are our calendars. They're here now. They're 15, worth every penny. There are some serious hotties in there. I am not even going to show you.
Oh no, it's illegal.
It's
We're gonna
just,
get flagged.
yeah. And now you had like a little promo that you showed where all the faces popped up.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but that's okay. And I saw that a few weeks ago, and I was even though I know who's in the calendar, when I saw that I was like, wow. So
maybe you can show just maybe you can show just a little bit if you play the right music.
Oh yeah. I mean, you have no idea. I'm just telling you. It's phenomenal. Leo, wouldn't you say?
Oh my God, it's hot. Oh my goodness.
And Leo has the tireless task of combing through all the pictures I send him to choose just the right one. So
making sure we're not too cheeky.
Leo, that's probably why you threw your back out.
I tell you.
I'm telling you, is combing over the pictures tirelessly. All right, very cheeky. Okay, so let's check in. We have our viewers. They check in as the night goes on. And tonight we have two amazing guests. So Eden is going to be on our show, and she's already checked in. And we have a lot going on this week. So we want to thank you for being here. And what else do we have? We have is Barbarino doing a show this week?
No, I think that was last week. You went shopping for all your food? What do you got cooking? What are you doing?
Well, I love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving so much, and it was my mother's
the whole year.
Me too. It was my mother's favorite holiday of all time, and she always cooked up a storm. And my mom's been gone about 17 years now, so I just Thanksgiving was just I kind of put it on the back burner, no pun intended. And I was like, man. But this year, here's what we're gonna do. So we're going to be at Judy's house. I'm going to cook the turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and maybe some vegetables. And then Judy's going to make a bunch of Cuban food. Her mom's making roast pork.
Ooh.
Yes. And rice and beans and all that stuff. Because they don't really, it's an American holiday pretty much.
Yeah.
But so they're not really they don't really do the turkey thing, but they do roast pork.
Well, isn't that one of the greatest things about our country is that everybody does like a traditional, but then they add in something,
Exactly.
Like our families will have like tamales on the side, or something Latin. We have salsa on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to. Whatever it is that you love. Like the Italians, they do an antipasto, and they do all kinds of like my Diana makes a lasagna. And I used to make the lasagna. Like back in the day when I used to host it at my house, I did the whole 9 yards. So
me too.
Today, Judy's daughter, Christina, she was baking, and I was so happy because it's something she's really good at. And so she was baking, and she's like such a good baker. So she's doing a bunch of baking. She made mac and cheese, and a lot going on. So it's going to be really, really cool. Now,
this year, I'm going to be using a crock pot for my. We're going to be doing, except for the turkey, I'm going to put in the oven. But I'm doing the mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and the sweet potatoes all in crock pots. So that way, it's easier on my body.
But you know what? I love crock pots. I love casseroles. I love all that stuff. Eden says, I am such a good cook. I am playing 2 gigs on Thanksgiving morning and afternoon. It's really better for everyone that way. Listen, and good for you. All right, so soon we're going to have a bunch of our guests a bunch of our listeners popping on. Lori and John will pop on. We'll have Danielle. I talked to Danielle today. Danielle Alexandria Alchemy. She will pop on. We're definitely going to see her next week. Lynn Porter's Genius will pop. A lot of her friends pop on as the show goes on. So,
They're probably
and
getting their last minute spices.
yeah, and also if you can, just so you know, you can watch the show on What's the Story with Maria's page. You can watch the show on Maria Gentili's page. That's me. Or you can watch the show on the What's the Story with Maria YouTube page. And and then after the show, I post it to a bunch of sites, and you can watch it. Then I know, like Cabaret Corner and Mac, I post it there, the Mac Crew page, and people watch it the next day or whatever. So
And if
okay,
you're ever confused where to go, you can always go to what's the story with Maria.com, and all the links for all the podcasts, all the YouTube and Facebook, it's all there too. So you can click
yeah,
there and find this anywhere. Even the old episodes.
I know. So this is episode, Leo. What is it, like 426?
426.
Wow. So yeah, any episode you want to go back and watch, you can do that on YouTube. So and I know a lot of people are traveling tonight. I actually, when I used to Uber, this was the busiest day of the whole year, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So a lot of people are on their way to the airport or in flight. So safe travels to everybody. We appreciate that you check in with us every week and watch the show. There's Sudi Rick Caritas. Hello, Sudi. How are you, honey? Sudi's coming in from LA. And so if, as the show goes on, folks, I'm giving you an assignment. Tell me what your favorite side dish is. And just pop it in there. Your favorite side dish. Okay, so I have my New York shirt. There's a little bit of snow happening on the shirt. So I am ready for the holiday season. I love it so much. All right, so normally the people that I have on the show are people that I know, that have been my friends for years. And once in a while, I meet someone that I don't know personally, but I very much respect them musically. There's Michael Rodriguez. Hi, Michael. Michael is our master elf, Dr. Michael Rodriguez.
Hola, primo.
Oh, my God. And I know he just had his wonderful fundraiser for the Master Elf. What an incredible organization that is. So, Michael, God bless you for all the beautiful work you do with those kids. Mashed potatoes, me too, Sudi. Me too. I'm making them. But I got to say, the stuffing is my favorite. The stuffing, I could just eat stuffing and I'd be okay. All right. So the two guests that we have tonight, two incredible at the top of their game. Like, you would feel underdressed and underprepared if you were hanging out with them. Trust me, they are overachievers to the max in the best possible ways. And how does it manifest? It manifests in their musicality and their brilliance and their commitment to their art. And I am very thrilled because I didn't know either one of them before. I knew of them, but I didn't knew them personally. And this is going to be a great interview because we get to see and feel and experience everything that they have to tell us about shows they have coming up. So our first guest is, how do you even describe this artist? She is a concert pianist of the highest caliber. She is an arranger. She is a band leader. She does incredible things. And so she has a show coming up and we're going to talk about all that. She's lovely and smart and sweet as pie. So I think that it is time that we zoom in Mia Vassilev. Are we ready? Put your hands together, everybody. Hi, Mia.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
See, even the audience is clapping.
Fabulous.
I love it. So, Mia, I got to tell you, and this is not to get on your good side, I have never met anybody that does what you do. Like, you're true original. And I love that. A true original. So I am not going to describe what you do because I think you will describe what you do better. But Leo, do we have some kind of a little clip of Mia's that we can show? Because, we talked, which was great. I loved our conversation. But then I went back and watched the clip again. And I was like, Holy moly. So whenever that clip comes on, it comes on. But so Mia, how would you describe yourself?
I'm a pianist. I mean, that's how I describe myself. And I started in the classical realm of things, and it evolved into doing these shows, which is a little more on the entertainment, well, much more on the entertainment side. And it just kind of was a natural process because I would play these long classical programs or a concerto with an orchestra. And afterwards, the encores were always what just lit everybody up, in a different way.
Oh, there she is. Okay, let's show this clip. Holy moly. Wow.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you so
phenomenal.
much.
So again, I've watched a lot of the different little clips and sizzlers and all that stuff. And so how, I mean, I don't, that journey must have been incredible. I mean, you're very young, and to go from, you said you started playing when you were 3, right?
I started making noise, when everybody sits on the piano bench. And, growing up in the Midwest, everybody kind of had a piano. It was pretty common. And, my mother played a little bit. I had older siblings, so I get dragged to their piano lessons. And I was always just the little one getting dragged along. But I always kept doing it. I thought, wow, this is fun. I never want to stop. So that's my journey. And I would do some competitions here and there. And that's how my college professor for my undergraduate saw me in a competition. And that's when it kind of struck me that I could do this. As a career. He came up and said, you want to study this in college? I'll hook you up with a scholarship. You can study with me. And I just thought, wow, what this is beyond my comprehension, like at that time in my life. And so then it was really eye-opening. And I just continued on, with the degrees, and then working in the classical world. And during that time, I got involved in a lot of opera accompanying.
Right. I love that. I love
that. That was kind of, I wanted to play. I didn't want to go the teaching route, and to play consistently and work and make money and exist. This was kind of a nice, I thought this is cool. I like the repertoire is beautiful. It's something unique. And so I got into that, and I got decent at it, worked some opera companies, and but kept all the solo stuff going.
Right.
But the thing is, with classical piano, it's not so many opportunities to play and to, you self-produce a little, you get the occasional gig, you get the occasional concert. But what caught me was just the attention of the audience when I'd start with the encore numbers after these big heavy pieces. And that was
when you say an encore number after that, what do you mean? Like, for the lay person that maybe has not been to a concerto, or what does that mean?
So after a classical program or a piece with orchestra, if the audience wants more, they ask for an encore. Like, they keep applauding, like, encore. So it's like an extra piece, like a little bonus piece at the end, but something short, something fun.
Right.
So you don't play another 30-minute big long for coffee for something. You play a little bit. And so I would play these little pieces, which all of my favorites happened to fall in the 40s, 50s, 60s era. It just coincidentally, because it's what I connected with and what I loved. And, I've always been a big fan of watching these virtuosos who are also entertainers. And it's kind of like a strange little niche thing, like Liberace. And
you mentioned, I was hoping you would mention Liberace. Because I grew up and Liberace was huge.
Right. I love watching, even on YouTube, like the things that you can find now. And I grew up, the cassette tapes, and I thought, wow, this is just, it was like another dimension to me at the time, because when I was a kid, you study classical piano, you do the Bach, you do the Brahms, you do the Chopin, you build the skills and the exercises and that technical. So it was kind of late, after I had this journey through the classical realm that I started doing the more popular, retro popular, I guess it's retro pop tunes.
Yeah. But so now your new show, you were telling me about your old show, which sounded fascinating as well. But your new show now it's December 9th, right? At 9:30
Mm-hmm.
at 54 Below.
That's
Oh,
right. So that's going to be my Keys on Fire show,
right.
and that's the original one that I put together. That's 40s, 50s, 60s, a little 70s music, and these are big, top hits from that era, and it crosses a lot of different genres. Some of them are arranged by me, some of them are arrangements that I've tweaked, and it's got some boogie woogie,
Oh, I
which
love
there's
that.
one like audience involving one that's really fun. So that's always really fun to do because every audience is different too, of course.
Yes,
And then there's some,
absolutely.
yeah, there's a little rock and roll. There's a little dash of polka in the end, which is beer barrel polka. It's very it's actually a very technical piece.
Yes.
It's not an easy one, but it's super fun. It just crosses a lot of different genres throughout there. Latin, American songbook,
I love
French,
that.
Parisian pop like L'amour est bleu. And
Yeah.
I talk a little bit about the pieces or kind of personal anecdotes in between,
Yeah.
and I love to connect with the audience that way.
Just
So
fascinating. Now, when I was reading something, and I don't know if it was a critic or someone described you as a cross between Liberace and Jerry Lee Lewis. And I love that. But
that's
here's the best part. I thought, yeah, and she's a woman. That's even more amazing.
That's quite a compliment. I mean, those are some fiery individuals. I always
Yeah.
love like the energy of Jerry Lee Lewis, just that like, boy,
Yes.
like busting
Yes.
out of yourself type of energy, and Liberace, of course, being more refined, but being having that elegance type of virtuosity, more refined, I guess. So I love that. I'm very complimented by that. Yeah.
I love that. That's phenomenal. So let's just take a second. Alana Diaz has checked in. Is an amazing singer, friend of mine. She works at the Stonewall Inn. She's there now. And she works on Thursday nights at Brandy's Piano Bar and Saturday nights at the Duplex. So go check out Alana. And Alana, guess who's in this calendar? Your coworker, Miles. Semi-nude. That's all I'm going to say. So Alana knows. But anyway, so you you're very sweet, and you're very grounded, and so that's how I when I talk to you on the phone, and now people can get this. I know they're getting this grounded energy. So, but on stage, you're like electrifying. So where was the music? Just you channel the music and you channel this energy. Where does that come from?
That's a really interesting question. I never thought about this, but I'm kind of split personality, I guess, because I'm a very reserved person. I keep to myself. Like I have very tight circle of friends, but
Mhm.
on the stage it's just a different thing. And I think it all depends on the audience and that energy out there, because I just love to. There's so many people there and different types of people that you can kind of feel it. You feel like a crowd, or you feel the
Mm.
energy out there. And with the music, I just love to play this music. I love to present this music because it just feels happy. Like I feel like I'm conveying something, like transferring an enthusiasm, like my enthusiasm to out there, like to whoever wants to listen to it. So
I
that's kind
love
of what it
that.
feels like. I feel like I'm kind of transferring enthusiasm.
Well, that's a great way to describe it. Now, you've worked with as few as one other musician on stage. You've
Mhm.
worked just alone, and then
Just a
is
yeah.
alone, and then one other
Mhm.
musician. Maybe you said like a drummer,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then you've worked with like an orchestra.
Right, right. I've done symphonic works, and the two stage shows that I do, like with Keys on Fire, and I have a second one I do called Rhapsodic. Um, those are with ensembles, like they're string ensembles
Yeah,
or they're brass with some strings, and so that even fills it out more. It's just the sound is that just amplifies the energy, I guess. I'm saying energy a lot, but that's kind
Yeah,
of
no, but that's what it is. I
describe
listen, you're preaching to the choir. I am
it.
a huge believer that that we as creative people transfer energy. That's it. And musicians, it's vibration, right? It's all
Right,
vibration. You
right.
know, like even people that don't hear feel vibration. You
Hmm.
know, like when it's
Hmm.
music, children that have are hearing impaired, they feel the
Right,
vibration. So that's
right.
what I think our job on earth is as
Yeah.
musicians, is to send vibrations out there.
You're right, because some people say, well, I could just put on a recording. And when you're live, like there's that literal vibrations bouncing off
Yes.
of you. It's a feeling. It's not
Yeah.
just the hearing the music, it's like the feeling of all of that around you.
And
And
then
then
the
everybody
applause
else is
comes in and you feel they're giving it to you. It's at this exchange.
right,
You know,
right.
that's what I
Yeah.
always felt. Now,
Yeah.
so as a young little person, what was your how old were you in your first recital?
Oh, I remember recitals at probably like in kindergarten, I think age 5, 6. I remember, well, my mom says that I would run on stage and then I'd run off. I guess because I was nervous, just like, "Da-da-da-da-da." And she was always afraid I was going to trip or like do something stupid, I guess. So I remember, I guess it was that age, 5 or 6, and I
Yeah.
studied at this small college that was close to my hometown, which was like a 900 some person in rural Kansas. And so my parents would drive me, my mom usually, to the nearest little college, which was it was a Catholic college
Mm.
in Atchison, Kansas. And I studied with a nun and she taught the piano lessons. So I have these really, vivid memories. Some of my youngest vivid memories musically were these big stained glass windows and these kind of scary, like huge wooden staircases, and all these nuns in there teaching their different disciplines. And
Yep.
it was quite something. They had beautiful facilities and like pianos and this room they called the sun room for their recitals, and so it was thrilling to
I
me from a
love that.
young
And
age.
I have a lot of identification. I went to Catholic school
Oh,
and
really?
we, for most of until about 10th grade. And then, but we used to practice like any kind of folk group or any kind of chorus. Lots of times it was in where the nuns were.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of those memories and they're good memories. They're very strict. Of course they were very
Right.
strict,
Mm-hmm.
but there was this mutual respect for the music and this
Yes.
reverence for it.
Reverence is, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
the word.
do you remember the okay, the reason I asked this next question, I'll preface it by saying this because I also teach, and I've taught as little as 6 years old all the way up to 22. And I love the little ones when they do their first show. I always laugh because I can always tell who's going to continue because they get on stage, their number's done, and then the applause happens. And some of them don't react at all, but I can always tell the big hams because their faces light up. They're like, what is that? What is that feeling that, when they hear the applause? And so were you that kind of kid how did you react to the applause, or was it separate? Because
you
what you do
know
is very
that
different.
that's interesting too, because it's making me think of things I've never thought of before. But when I was a kid, I was just kind of, so overwhelmed at the end of it. I'm like, oh, I did it, and it
Right.
wasn't until I started doing this entertainment style where I really just was like, oh yeah, and I really just wanted to absorb all of that.
Right.
So when I was a kid, yeah, I was just kind of like, okay, it was a very technical endeavor. It was very, I was just focused on perfection
Yeah,
of
of
getting
course
all
you had to
the
be.
notes and the everything. And, I couldn't allow myself to relax as much as like in the shows that I do now, which are more entertainment. It's kind of like the technical is already, it's that's already there. I don't have to worry about that
Right.
anymore. But it's just the feeling then, which is
Well, you mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned the word perfectionism or I felt it or heard it, but in order to do what you did, even as a young person, it's like this assignment that you have to go from here to there, and you can't miss anything, right?
Right.
And so I would
right.
imagine great relief at the end, as opposed to like, I love the applause, because I'm more of a comedian, singer type. So for me, I'm
Right.
just a goofball, right?
Yeah.
So applause just makes me feel like even more
Yeah.
goofy, and I
Yeah.
love it. But if you're a perfection, if you do what you do, it would be from point A to point B. You had to be really serious about it. So, are you a Capricorn by any chance?
No, I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, like
Sagittarius.
Leo. How cool.
Sagittarius.
Because my niece
Yeah.
is a Capricorn, and you remind me of her a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
She's
Oh,
wonderful. She's
woohoo!
so there's Sister Leo,
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. So okay, now I'm watching on two different pages. So here, Kia Nelson is watching. Kia, welcome. Linda Freely is watching. Ben Goldberg is watching. Hi, Ben. Kate Greer is watching. Thank you, everybody, for popping on. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. It's a big week this week. So let's remind everybody again. Everyone, if you're just popping on, this is Mia Vassilev. She is an incredible pianist, showman. I mean, concert. You do ever? I mean, I don't know anybody else that does what you do. That's why I'm struggling with how to describe you, which I'm sure I'm not. I'm not the only one who's had a problem. A challenge describing this amazing talent. You're
It's a
doing a
little bit
show.
different. It's a little bit different, yeah, because the shows I do, it's not classical piano, and mostly when people think piano show, when you say piano show, they're thinking classical piano concert, which is,
Right.
and this is the thing where it's hard to explain. I call my show Keys on Fire
Right.
because it adds kind of an element of like, hey, this isn't your normal Brahms, Bach, Beethoven, which is great, but it's not that. It's something, of a more dynamic nature, and it's pop music, but it's pop music that's old pop music, so it's not
Right.
classical, but it's still like 80 years old ish. And so
Right.
that's kind of the challenge, even in describing the genre of music, because it's different genres, but this time period that's not, it's not too old. It's not classical though. So yeah, I call it Keys on Fire to kind of indicate that it's a little more fun. It's got some rock and roll. The Jerry Lee Lewis. It's got, Aquarius. We do
Oh, I love that.
some Glenn Miller, which is more into the 20s, but a little bit of Glenn Miller. We
But
do
still so amazing. People love that stuff. It's not, that never gets old.
It's
ever.
really the tunes, yeah, that grabs on to people, and it's the ones that grabbed on to me. So it has a very personal connection, and I think it's something that, yeah, it hits people. I've had people say, especially ones where maybe they were 20, 30 years old, like during those time periods, like in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and they just have such vivid memories of these tunes are very relatable, and they stay in your head, evokes memories.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to quickly tell everybody that great story you told me about Liberace's Arranger.
Oh, so
this is such an amazing story.
This is the second show that I play. It's called Rhapsodic, and I call it that because kind of the centerpiece of the show is this Gershwin tribute. And it was created by Liberace's orchestrator and arranger. His name's Artie Azenzer. And so Mr. Azenzer retired in Florida, and he saw one of my shows in Boca last season. And we met. He heard about it through a friend of a friend and said, "Hey, there's a piano chick, come see." And he said, "Wow, I wasn't expecting that." And I didn't know if that was good or bad, but I was like, "Okay." And he said, "Do you like Gershwin?" And we started talking, and long story short, he had started this Gershwin tribute, which is the Rhapsody in Blue, kind of interwoven with all these iconic Gershwin songs, like 6 or 7. It's like a big medley that's just masterfully arranged. And he had started this project for Liberace, for Lee, like back in the day. And he didn't get to premiere it because he got sick then and wasn't able to ever do it, unfortunately. But for me, fortunately, it was an honor to do it. He said, I want to finish this piece for you.
Wow, that's such an amazing story.
I thought, wow, it's great. So we got together, and he had it all in his head for 30 some years. He's in his 80s, and he sat down at his piano and he played the whole thing top to bottom. And he's like, "Do you like it?" I was like blown away. Like, I love it. This is amazing.
Wow.
So I call the show Rhapsodic because it's centered around that piece. And then we do a little more like spread into the 80s a bit. It's like some Africa and Michael Jackson
I
and
mean, come
like
on.
some stuff like that. So it has this big chunk of Gershwin and then also some other fun stuff with different genres. But Artie, he's around. He actually came to the premiere of the big show of this, which was with brass, with strings, with percussion, with multimedia, dancers, everything. It's a whole stage show. So he actually was able to come to the premiere. We did a couple weeks ago in a theater in Florida, and it was super fun. And it's just it's such a masterpiece because it's like classically written, but it's all these tunes that people are just like a friend of mine was like, oh, it was like hearing like a little gift unwrapped, like every time she recognized a melody from one of these tunes, and then it goes in and out of the Rhapsody. So that's how we met. But
I love that story.
He's an amazing individual too, because he has all these great stories about being on the road with Liberace. He worked with Liza Minnelli. He worked with like all these people, and it was like, wow, he's just legendary. So it was very
great.
It's very cool. So.
Well, okay, here's what we're going to, Lynn Portis is watching. Lynn Portis is my best friend and musical director. And Lynn, you're going to have to go back after the show and watch from the beginning because Mia is going to blow your mind. Because Lynn is an incredible jazz pianist. And
cool.
Yeah, she's really,
I have such respect for jazz players because I can't play jazz. Like, it's a totally different skill. And I'm like, wow, just blown away by jazz. I love it.
The two of you would really get along and really love each other. So now here's what we're going to do. Don't go too far. Leo will zoom you out. We're going to zoom in. Our next guest was Eden Casteel. But I want you to stay in the wings because then we're going to zoom you back in. Let's remind everybody. So Mia's show is at Green Room 42. I'm sorry, no, my fault. 54 Below. Scratch 54 that. Below. 54 Below. It's called Keys on Fire. And the date is, let me see.
It's December 9th.
December 9th, right. December 9th at 9:30. So that is 2 weeks from tonight.
I wanted to also say I'm going to be joined by percussionist Gary Weiss,
great.
My favorite New York drummer. And so he's going to be on percussion there. And so it's going to be a ton of fun.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And that room is wonderful. You're going to have a great show. But now I did see that Cyber 40% off thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if that still applies.
So I think on December 1st, you can check it out. All the details are on the website, but it might be running. I think it's December 1st, but I'm not quite sure.
December 1st. I just saw it. So which is next Monday. Okay. But that is put that in your calendar. Write that down right now. And what we're going to do, we're going to zoom you out. We're going to zoom in Eden, and then we'll zoom you back in for the food section of the show, and we'll close out the show together. I cannot thank you enough for making the time to be on the show, and just like how exciting. It's so exciting what you do. I love it. And like I said, I don't know anybody else that does that. So you're an original. You are an original Sagittarius. Fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure, stick around. So Leo, when is your birthday? We'll have to ask Mia when her birthday is later.
Sagittarians Unite.
Sagittarians Unite. Okay, now
I'm going to queue up Eden's sizzle reel, so you let me know when you're ready for it.
Yes. Okay, so this next performer, when she told me she was doing a Madeline Kahn show, I almost fell off my chair. Madeline Kahn is my all-time favorite star of all time. There is nobody that can touch Madeline Kahn. And Eden is doing this incredible show. Eden, we're going to welcome to her show, first of all. This is Eden Casteel. And we're going to show her reel. So, Leo, why don't you hit that reel? Go ahead, honey, and you can get a chance to see what Eden does. This is called Con Artist, Madeline and Me.
Hold on, keep talking.
Okay.
And keep talking.
It's Saturday, December 13th.
Yes. At Urban Stages.
Urban Stages, which is on 3259 West 30th Street, and that's
Mm-hmm.
between 7th and 8th.
I'm tired, sick and tired of love. I've had my fill of love from below and above. If you don't know me, it's Eden is in the Garden of, and we know how that turned out. What? Everyone! Oh, it's 12, it's 12, it's 12!
Yes! No, 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 yes! No, 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 no!
The message that Madeline Kahn was sending straight to me was have it all, Eden. Be sexy and funny and gorgeous even while you sing high. This Whoa, did anybody break a glass?
That was my next question. That was my next question. That had to break a glass. I remember. I mean, you're not old enough to remember the Memorex commercials.
Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah,
Oh, you
Ella
too?
Fitzgerald did it. Yeah.
And then
And
that glass would shatter.
that glass would shatter. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I used to fake do it in high school as a party trick.
Wow.
But-
So you must have been a performer in high school as well. Of
I
course.
was. I'm a Leo, Maria. I'm totally
Oh,
Leo.
I know. My mother was a Leo. And a lot of my performer friends are Leos.
Yeah, we're all
yes,
tuned.
so many of them. I know Leos well. As a matter of fact, we had a famous Leo on a few weeks ago, Louise Sorrell, who's big Broadway and soap star, and she's a Leo.
Yeah, you can kind of see us coming.
Yes, I love it though. I love it.
Yeah.
You know who you are. You know
yes.
who you are, and you own it.
Yeah.
Good for you. I love that. Yeah, my mom's a Leo. Okay, so Eden,
Mhm.
I don't even know where to start because I mean, I want to ask. These are the questions I want to ask. Did you always love Madeline? Why did you choose to how do you piece together a show about someone else and put your life into it's so fascinating.
It was
So
always in my DNA.
okay.
And I didn't know that. And then I trained as an opera singer.
All right.
So listening to Mia talk was really fun because I had some of the same experiences she did and
Yeah.
trained classically. And Madeline did too, actually. And I
Right.
always told jokes and I enjoyed, that aspect of performing as well. But in opera, they don't let you be funny that much. They let
yeah.
you sing high. They think high is funny, but they
Ah,
don't actually let you tell jokes. So I was a very frustrated opera singer. And then over my career, I played piano. I do dueling pianos and piano bar, and was taught, did a lot of musical theater, and then found my way to cabaret about 5 years ago.
wow.
So, and then I decided to do a show, and my director is Faith Prince.
Oh, yeah,
and-
right. I was going to get to that. So thank you. That's incredible.
Yeah, she's wonderful. And she and I both went to University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music. And I met her at a cabaret conference. And she asked, who did you love? Who was your model growing up? And I hadn't really thought about it. I thought about Beverly Sills, redhead classical opera singer. And then I
Yeah, yeah.
realized Madeline. And I first saw Madeline on a beer commercial when I was 16. It was from Michelob. You remember that beer commercial? I will do it for you now.
Yes, please.
What is this fascination we have with having it all? Haven't you ever wanted to have it all just a tiny bit? Michelob Light has it all. Superb taste and a less filling beer. But is having it all the answer? Is it really so wonderful to be wealthy, glamorous, and have an unbelievable singing voice? Yes!
I
Michelob
love it.
Light. Yeah.
I love it.
I saw that and I said, that's it. That's it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. And it only took me years to get here.
Yeah, but so when I think of the reason I love Madeline Kahn is because she has everything. She is gorgeous. I mean, she's now in heaven, but she was gorgeous. She was sexy. She was hysterical and didn't mind doing slapstick, didn't mind being the butt of the joke. She went out on a limb to make you laugh. And so you had all these reactions and feelings and emotions when you would take her in. And I still quote her
Mhm.
to this day.
Which ones do you do?
Well, I love no, the nails.
Yeah.
From
Capital.
yeah.
Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course I'm tired. Everybody loves I'm tired. But I love the Young Frankenstein. I love high anxiety. Um just I love all of that. But I was explaining to my girlfriend, she's never seen Young Frankenstein. And sometimes I go to hug my girlfriend and she goes, wait, watch it. I just got my hair done. And I go, oh my God, the hair. You have to see this movie. You are Madeline Kahn in this movie. I mean, you're the character. So, did you love all her movies growing up as well, or did you watch them and did you go back and watch them?
I saw them in retrospect because we didn't have HBO at that time.
Yeah.
So I knew only of her actually from TV more than anything, and a few of her later films. And she, in the 80s, she struggled more with movie making. Her big stuff was really in the 70s. And she did
Right.
actually a sitcom in the 80s that wasn't very
Oh,
good.
right.
I saw that one as well. And so she really struggled a lot more than anybody realized. She wanted to be taken seriously. She really even approached comedy seriously. And her timing really came from insecurity. She had a really horrible stage mother who was an opera singer who put her in boarding school when she was 5 years old because her mother wanted to make it as an opera singer. Yeah, very manipulative stage mother, mentally ill, right on up there with Mama Rose, really.
Wow.
Really. And I learned all about it from this book, shameless plug. This is by Bill Madison.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
he
going to
wrote
have
the
to
definitive book. It's really good. It's called Madeline Kahn Being the Music, A Life, and it came out 10 years ago. And he interviewed everybody for that. She herself probably wouldn't have allowed it because she was very private. But he
was
really
it after she passed away that he wrote the book?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was really she was gone way too young, way
heartbreaking. She was only 57 when she died of
Yep.
ovarian cancer.
Yep.
In 1999, she was doing the Bill Cosby show, the next one. I know we both have dry throats.
Yeah, no, I think you know what it is. It's the heat in the apartments now because it's suddenly cold. So the heat. That's what it is in my apartment. That it's ridiculously hot with the radiator, and it's right behind.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
I had a cold like
I just did the same thing
6 weeks ago.
I just did the exact same thing. So I'm gonna while we're doing Robert Gordis has joined us. Marjorie Masters has joined us. Hi, folks. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Maria,
yeah.
I was gonna say, isn't it wonderful, Eden? I think you pointed this. You make this so clear. Being able to follow and live through someone's career to see where they started and how they ended up, and where the successes they had. I think it's kind of cool for our lifetime to be able to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you celebrate it.
Yeah, and the thing is,
so much there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, this happens to me all the time, and I usually have cough drops too. But because
excuse me,
I'm right behind the radiator.
Oh, ma'am.
No, but it's the New York apartments. I'm telling you.
I'm in Rhode Island, so I have no excuse.
Oh, well, then you know what? Sorry, I can't even help you with that. I can't even help you.
I was in New York to do the New York Cabaret Convention in October, and I got sick right before it. And I've kind of been, recovering ever since. But actually, I can still sing. It's the talking that's hard.
No,
see?
I agree.
That's fine. It's the talking. So if I talk like Madeline, I would do better.
Yeah, it's true.
Flames on the side of my face. Flames.
So let's remind everybody, your show is December 13th. It's a Saturday night. It's 7 p.m. Urban Stages, which is 259 West 30th, between 7th and 8th. And I think as you walk in there, then you take an elevator up. I'm pretty sure it's these really cool black boxes that are there.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And so I've seen a few shows there.
It's a fundraiser for the Winter Rhythms series.
Oh, that's nice.
They have 2 whole weeks of different shows, like 2 shows a day.
Really?
And it's all to raise money for their outreach programs in all the boroughs.
That's incredible.
A really wonderful variety. So if you go to urbanstages.org, you'll see the entire list there. So I'm towards the end of the 2 weeks. And some cabaret singers, but also some theatrical pieces. It's a really eclectic mix. And if you go to see 2 shows in the same day, you get a discount. Right now, there is a Black Friday discount that goes through December 1st. So if you enter B Friday 25, you can get a discount on me. I'm on sale. So instead of $35, you get me for $20.
Oh my God. That's like almost 50% off. That is
Right.
amazing.
Right.
I
You
love
can't
that.
get me any cheaper. You can't get
No,
me any cheaper.
I love
So,
that.
except a piano bar.
Who does,
So,
right. Who
I do
doesn't
piano
like
bar
it?
too. So,
Okay. And you do that in Rhode Island or you do it in New York?
Boston, New York, occasionally P-Town if I'm lucky.
Yeah. So Boston, I grew up in Boston. I grew
Yeah.
up in the North End,
Mhm.
Somerville, and Stoneham. So I know Massachusetts very well.
I play at Club Cafe.
Yeah, I did a
And
show there a few years ago with Lynn Portis, my musical director. About
it's fun there, isn't it?
it's a great space. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
everybody was really nice there.
there's not a lot of piano bar or cabaret in Rhode Island. We have a little bit.
Yeah.
So I end up doing a lot of, traveling in order to take the show. This is now, I think, in 38 or 39th time I've done Con Artist in the past couple of years.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I did it in New York 11 times between 2023 and 2024, all at Don't Tell Mama. But I've
Wow.
also done it San Francisco, Puerto Vallarta, Chicago, Boston, Knoxville, Tennessee, a whole bunch of locations. And I'm going to be in Cincinnati next summer doing it. So the show just kind of goes wherever people want to see it. And if you're watching and you want to see it, I'm glad to help you. So yeah, this is kind of what I do, a variety of things. So I host open mics, I do piano bar and dueling pianos, and then I get to do Con Artist.
And
I have
when's
another show.
Oh, you're a Leo. You're a Leo.
I'm a
So
Leo.
yeah,
Yeah.
Leos can do a lot. They can absolutely do a lot. Okay, so what we're gonna do now? Don't go anywhere unless you want to go get a cough drop. But I think you're okay now.
I got a whole bunch now.
I know. I've done this. Trust me. This happens. I do my show and I go through it myself, so I get it. Okay, stay where you are. We're gonna zoom Mia back in. There she is. All right.
Hello.
Wow. It's 2 A students, if you ask me. These. Okay. What a joy. All right. So, girls, I do a food section of my show every week. And the reason I do it, 2 reasons, because I like to stay creative. If I'm going to ask other creative people to join me, then I must challenge myself every week to stay creative. That, and also I love to eat. I love it. It's my favorite hobby. So this week, what did I make? I mean, I wasn't going to make Thanksgiving stuff because I'm already cooking for Thanksgiving, but I did want to put a fall theme in there. So let me see. I have to always read what's in my food because I put so many ingredients. Okay, so I made this today. These are pulled pork sliders. I know, right? They smell so good. So what I did was I caramelized Vidalia onions and Fuji apples, and then added garlic, salt, craisins, hot honey. Not the Mike's hot honey, the Trader Joe's hot honey, because I love Trader Joe's. Barbecue sauce. And then this is a cranberry orange relish from Trader Joe's that that's optional. But these are my little pulled pork sliders. Aren't they gorgeous?
So
I know. I
great.
love to create recipes.
In a wonderful virtual world, you could just drop it down onto us and we could just eat the.
Imagine.
Right.
That would be the way to do it. Now, I also love salads. So every week I make a salad. This is my salad tonight. I have red leaf lettuce, little baby red peppers. I have bocconcini, mozzarella, Kalamata tomatoes, Greek Kalamata tomatoes, a little bit of green goddess seasoning, which is also Trader Joe's. It's like everything in one, and beautiful grape tomatoes on the vine. So that is, and what am I going to use for I'm going to use a Sicilian lemon balsamic vinegar and a Tuscan herb olive oil from the New England Olive Oil Company. It's my favorite company. Now, I will remind people that I don't do any promotion. I do not get paid for anything. I promote what I love. And these are products that I love. I love Trader Joe's and I love the New England Olive Oil Company. If you like really good olive oil and balsamic vinegars. So, and what are we having for dessert? Because it is Thanksgiving week. Also from Trader Joe's, a mini pecan pie.
Oh,
Delicious. I know. This is why I can't fit into my pants. I the other day I said, if the world is coming to an end, I'm going to have to go out fat now because I just don't feel like dieting right now. I don't feel like it. After the holidays, maybe, but I'm not dieting right now. So that's what I made for tonight's show. Now, ladies, are you either one of you cooking for Thanksgiving or creating a dish or bringing anything, or what's going on with that?
We're actually going, we have a lot of people coming in, and I offered to cook, which I love to cook, but I don't like to clean up. But our
Yeah.
place is small. We're in South Beach, we're in Miami Beach,
Mhm.
and we have like a small place. So we decided to take the easy way out and take everybody out.
I love
So
that. I've done that too, and that's really nice as well.
we've done it both ways, and I just find that's very relaxing because then there's no mess. Like I love
Yeah.
the cooking, I just don't like the mess. That's
I know.
that's
I
what we're
agree.
doing.
I
Yeah.
agree. And how about you, Eden? What are you
Me,
doing?
I would be glad to clean up. I'm not
Oh.
a wonderful cook. My husband is, but I'm actually playing 2 gigs on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving,
On
wow.
Thanksgiving. So I'm playing a breakfast at a bar in Massachusetts,
Cool.
and it's called Pre-Bird.
Ah!
Wow.
Pre-Bird happens from like 9 to 11:30. I'm just going to sit there and play sing-alongs, and they have Bloody Marys and mimosas.
And
and
where
a
is
breakfast
that?
buffet.
Where's the restaurant?
Hanson, Massachusetts. It's a bar called Damien's Pub, I
Oh,
think.
cool.
They've been doing it for 30 years, so they get a
Wow.
different
Well, we
music
have a
each
lot of
time.
listeners from Massachusetts, a lot.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, my family's in Massachusetts, so they all watch it. So that's great to know.
I'm really excited about this, even though it means I have to leave at like 6:00 in the morning to go set
And
up. But
what
hey,
time is that gig? It's like a brunch gig?
it's a breakfast. They start serving at 9 a.m. and then
Come
they'll conclude
on.
at like noon or so. And they said people come from miles around and just have their breakfast there. They socialize. It's family friendly, and it's pre-bird. And then I will pack up and I'm going to go play for brunch at Club Cafe while people eat.
I can't believe, you know what?
Cool.
You two overachievers, just stop it right now. Cut it
2
out.
meals. I get 2 meals and I don't have to
love
cook a
it.
thing.
So listen, if anybody is sitting around being lazy, I hope you feel awful. These two go above and beyond in their lives, and I hope you learn something from it.
What
Anyway,
can you
that's
say,
incredible.
Gemini? You're surrounded by fire.
I love it. Keys on fire.
Right.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to one more time remind everybody, and then I'm going to ask you to leave us with some words of inspiration because as I explained to everybody that is on this show, we people that come on the show are other creative people, all kinds of creative people that do beautiful things. And like one of our friends, my friend Sally Filburn sent me, she's so cute. She's in Barnsley, England, and she sent me these little things that she knitted. Like we're gonna have to have her back on the show soon. She makes so many things. She's just the sweetest thing. So anyway, but these are the kind of people that watch our show from all over, that we like to inspire each other to stay creative. So I am going to first remind everybody. So why don't we start with you, Eden? Eden's show is Saturday, December 13th at 7 p.m. at Urban Stages, 259 West 30th Street, between 7th and 8th. So how can they get tickets to that?
You can urbanstages.org. But you can go to
Okay.
my website, edencasteel.com. I have links there as well.
Okay.
And check out the entire lineup for Winter Rhythms.
Beautiful. Wow. Okay. And then Mia Vassilev is going to be at 54 Below. The name of the show is Keys on Fire. And that is Tuesday, December 9th, 2 weeks from tonight at 9:30 p.m. All right. So, Eden, what either advice or words of inspiration or something that you learned along the way when you hit a bump in the road, or if someone came to you, a good friend, and said, Eden, I just don't feel like doing anything right now, what would you give them for words of inspiration?
If at first you don't succeed, that's normal. Right?
I love that.
Yeah. So you can try again if you want, but realize that nobody has instant success. There's no such thing. Mia works really hard at what she does. So do you, Maria. So do I. And we love what we do. So sometimes it doesn't feel like work, and everybody thinks it looks like work, but it's not successful all the time. Make lots of mistakes. And I know that that's part of the process. And I've learned to actually love that. The more I do things.
Wow, that's wonderful. I love that. That is so cool. And thank you. I needed that myself. I appreciate that. So Mia, what would you leave people with tonight? You know,
Yeah.
someone just feels like I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
they're doubting themselves. What do you think?
I love what Eden said about loving what you do, because yeah, as artists, you have to love it. Like that's first. And I mean, something that was kind of a later realization for me is that yeah, along the lines of keep going and keep trying new things and tweaking what you do, I kind of realized, it's not a brain surgery where somebody's going to die if you hit a wrong note, or you do something that falls flat, or it's a creative process, and then maybe what you do strikes one person differently than another person, but it's all part of the fun too. Like that's what creates the whole thing, like that no thing is exactly identical. Like when it's creative, it's a very subjective thing, but it kind of made me relax, because I mean, Eden probably we went to CCM, I guess, at the same we were, because I heard you say CCM. I also went there, so this is a conservatory.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
And like the pressure for the juries and like to be perfect and everything. I mean, it's conservatory kind of environment. So like for me later, I realized in doing the more these type of shows and entertainment that it's fun, and that's what and you can kind of like let go of some of that stress of like, it's more about the audience enjoying themselves rather than getting everything. You don't have that stress of like, oh my gosh, what if I hit a wrong note, and you're worried about it though. So it's the conveyance of what you do, like to make people happy, make them feel like, take them to a different place, or take them on a journey, so that's like, I don't know if I said anything that was useful.
So useful and so beautiful. And here's another thing. First of all, Eden, your son is joined. It says Eden's son just joined. I love that. Hello, Paul.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
He's
Welcome.
in Cincinnati right now, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we moved him there.
I love that. And Mia, you have 2 daughters, right?
I have 2 daughters, 2 girls.
How great. Yep. This is so great. Well, first of all, the fact that you both went to the same school, when I didn't know that when I booked you.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know until just now.
That's how we know our friend Deborah, I think.
That's probably it.
CCM.
Yeah,
yeah.
CCM.
So there's a saying that I love that says, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. So I just think that that's beautiful on Thanksgiving week, that we all come together. Leo, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for helping us from backstage. Leo, I hope you're back heel soon. Leo will be with us soon. And next Tuesday, December 2nd, get ready, because Leo's birthday is December 3rd. So we're going to start celebrating. Next week, we have Lorna Luft is joining us, and her daughter, Jessica. So this is, it's going to be great. And we're doing like kind of a tribute to the new Judy Garland Estates page. And this is an official page that her granddaughter and daughter have started. And so we're going to talk about that. So please come back and join us. If you miss our show live, don't worry. You can catch it and repeat on my page, on What's the Story with Maria page, on What's the Story with Maria on YouTube. And please feel free to share it, and just know that all podcasts, you can listen to it in podcasts everywhere podcasts are available. And thank you for taking the time to join us, ladies. Wow, what a great, amazing, inspiring show. I'm happy that we were able to do this, and I wish you nothing but love. And let's forge ahead musically, as they say. Okay, thank you, everybody. Good night. We love and appreciate you. Leo, thank you so much, honey.
Thank you, Leo.
Love you guys. Break your leg, ladies.
Thank you.